there's something else that's bugging consumers.
It's very confusing trying to read the bills and understand exactly what's happening.
The Minister says that's hopeless.
This report is a damning indictment on the behaviour of the companies. The fact that the public don't understand the complexity of their bills.
There are companies that offer to sort through the maze of competing power deals.
Simples!
But the rulemaker is urging consumers to check out the government websites first.
To go to the Energy Made Easy website or the equivalent website in Victoria to see all of the energy offers that are available.
The rising cost of electricity is now the biggest worry for Australian households.
We just keep paying. We've got no choice.
Big power bills now as certain as death and taxes. Chris Ullman, NBN News.
Their sex was consensual, but his filming of it was not. A Sydney police officer has managed to avoid jail for posting vision online of an encounter with a female colleague. He hasn't been sacked from the police force, but his role is under review.
Timothy Patterson didn't want to be filmed at court today, even changing his clothes, wearing sunglasses and pretending to talk on his phone to avoid being spotted by the cameras.
Timothy, you got an apology for anyone you wife?
But the married policeman had no qualms about filming a female colleague in an intimate sex act without her permission and posting it to Snapchat for his mates to see. Their social media group was called No Snitches, but someone did. Patterson was sentenced today on 3 counts of filming a person in a private act without consent and using a carriage service to harass or offend.
Although the magistrate said the offences met the threshold for a jail sentence, Timothy Patterson won't have to go to prison. Instead, he'll spend 9 months under home detention.
The magistrate described his actions as being extremely harmful both to the victim and the community. She said the act of transmitting the video to other people was most serious. The future of Patterson's police career is now uncertain. He's currently suspended without pay. Jane Azzopardi, NBN News.
Just when you thought it was over, Rebel Wilson has vowed to appeal the appeal that Bauer Media won. Ms Wilson was initially awarded the largest defamation payout in Australian history. Then, yesterday, the actress's payment was slashed from $4.5 million to just $600,000. Ms Wilson has branded the decision really bizarre and clearly not fair. US President Donald Trump is being sued by his home state of New York over alleged misuse of his charity. He and his family are accused of using the Trump Foundation as a personal piggy bank.
Saluting the enemy. In vision released from Pyongyang, Donald Trump returning the respect of a North Korean general as the president came under fire on the home front. The state of New York now suing the Trump's charity along with the president and 3 of his children, claiming the Trump Foundation was little more than a checkbook for payments from Mr. Trump or his businesses. Among the accusations, using charity funds to pay legal bills, promote Trump hotels, support his presidential campaign, and spending $10,000 on a portrait of the president to hang on the wall of his own golf club.
We have so many of these checks, they're all over the place.
The charity accused of making political donations to coincide with the Republican primary race.
That sounds outrageously biased and certainly problematic and very concerning.
There's no accusation of criminal behaviour, but the suit could see the Trumps hit with a multi-million-dollar fine and prevented from running not-for-profit organisations for a decade. The president tweeting, "The sleazy New York Democrats are doing everything they can to sue me on a foundation that gave out to charity more money than it took in. I won't settle this case."
This is not either a sleazy or political action. This is a straightforward case of violation of the laws governing charitable foundations.
In the United States, Charles Croucher, NBN News.
The World Cup has kicked off with a big scoreline and just a bit of controversy. Samuel Djodan joins us, and Sam, what a start.
It was certainly a colourful opening. Thank you, Tash. Vladimir Putin welcomed the world to Russia, while Robin Williams gave the world the finger. The sport's biggest show began in Moscow. For the next month, 32 teams, including the Socceroos, will battle it out to be crowned champions.
Russia's big day, but as it turned out, this was a moment for everybody, everywhere to share.
A lively party erupted in the fan zone, which was bursting at the seams, while inside the stadium, Robbie Williams had a licence to entertain. And as he churned through the hits, he was typically edgy. There was a cameo from Ronaldo before the Russian president got to his feet to open the grand spectacle.
Welcome to Russia.
And he would have loved what he saw, the host scoring inside 12 minutes.
And the header is in. It's the opening goal from Yuri Kaczynski.
As if to say, I told you so at first, Putin then tried to play good sport, offering the Saudi prince a handshake. From there, it was a walk in the park for the locals, Russia romping to a 5-0 victory in front of a rapturous home crowd.
Now it is Australia's turn to shine tomorrow night against France. And according to one of our greatest ever Socceroos, there will be no holding back.
We have to win. There's no choice.
While the world parties in Moscow, Tim Cahill and co have been quietly going about their business in Kazan. A 4th consecutive World Cup beckons, and perhaps an almighty full stop to a glittering international career.
I've put so much effort in the last year or so to be here, so to get on the pitch is going to be one step, but to score would just be amazing.
In Moscow, Clint Stanaway, NBN News.
Can't wait. Natasha, I'll have plenty more sport later in the bulletin.
Thank you, Sam. Now it's over to Gavin Morris for a quick look at the weather in Gav. We're in for a rather chilly weekend.
Yes, we certainly are. It is going to feel a little bit like Russia in the wintertime across the weekend. We have got some very cool conditions on the way. Very little rain. We may see some precipitation come down as snow across places like the Barrington Peaks, but that's really about it. And that should come through Sunday morning, the early hours of. Otherwise, cold, whistling, southwesterly winds. Not much surf at this point either, but all of your local weekend weather details headed your way real soon.
It's not sounding too flash, but thanks, Gav. Coming up, how July 1 changes will affect your hip pocket. Also ahead, UFC star Conor McGregor faces the music over a backstage rampage. And like old friends, Meghan's fun-filled day with the Queen.
Domain's half-yearly sale on now. This weekend, save up to 25% off Windows computers. Yes, up to 25% off this weekend only. Hurry, update now for tax time deals. With 50 months interest-free, Domain's half-yearly sale on now. Every 4 years with the FIFA World Cup, everyone starts to go a little football crazy. Hyundai invites you to have a fling with football. Show how you're enjoying the World Cup to win a Hyundai i30 SR.
Harvey Norman, massive half-yearly clearance. Hot price. Side sleepers will love the Tempur Sonata pillow exclusive to Harvey Norman. Only $99. Much more in store and online, plus 15 months interest-free. Harvey Norman half-yearly clearance on now. Go! Clearance on all Samsung TVs and soundbars are now. We've just received a massive bulk buy shipment of Samsung TVs and soundbars, and it's all priced to clear. Every Samsung TV, every size. 55-inch, 65-inch, 75-inch, all the way up to a massive 82-inch. All the very best Samsung TVs, including the amazing QLED series, on sale now. It's a massive bulk buy shipment of Samsung TVs and soundbars, priced to clear. In the Harvey Norman massive half-yearly clearance on Samsung TVs and soundbars on now.
Go, Harvey, go! What are we doing this weekend?
Just the usual.
All Polypro thermals by Cape, just $10. All adult puffer jackets by Cape and Cinderberg, half price. And Conga!